Aloha, namaste. On this most wonderful day of Janmashtami, where we celebrate the appearance of Lord Krishna, let us reflect on his love for each and every one of us and
I
how
decided
we
to
can
talk
truly
about
find happiness
Tulsi
in serving
Gabbard,
him.
who is now running
Less than
for
3 years on the
President
Hill,
of the
she's earned a
United
reputation as one of her
States,
party's rising
2020
stars, the first
election,
American Samoan
and
elected to
who
Congress,
is
the first
Gaudiya
elected
Vaishnava.
Hindu, a U.S. military combat
And I
veteran
decided to
who's
talk
also the
about her
vice chair
because I
of our party's
realized that some Vaishnava, some devotees of Krishna, they don't know about her at all. And I was a little surprised, because I think we should all know about her. Back in the days, we heard how Bhaktivinoda and Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta, they were talking that one day Vaishnavas will occupy important seats in society, high court judge or whatever. But I don't think anyone could even imagine back then that a Vaishnava, Gaudiya Vaishnava, who is a follower of Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, who made her oath to office with her hand on Srila Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita, and who is chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra publicly, would ever run for President of the United States of America. I mean, to me it's completely mind-blowing that this is even happening, and she actually has pretty good success. She's going one after another, becoming more and more popular, and she's getting lots of media time actually in the big news networks in the US. So, of course, many devotees, they can't even imagine this is for real, so they just go like, no, it's not possible, and she could never win in any way. But if Trump could win, I say she could win. I was completely 100% convinced that that Trump figure could never become the President of the United States. I mean, but I realized that one thing he did right was to use social media very effectively. So we should not underestimate the power of social media. Some devotees, some people think that, oh, it's just Facebook and all that, cats being shared and all that. But it's not so anymore. It's very powerful. There are important things going on in the world now that are going through the social media. So I think it's very important, and I don't like to go like this, but this time I do. Please wake up. My gosh, what's happening here? And of course, now again, I am looking here at Facebook, and there was some text here. I won't even show most of it, but Krishna Dharma Prabhu in Britain, he shared something here about Tulsi. The empire is coming for Tulsi Gabbard, which I think is a very appropriate text here, because the US is a frigging empire of the world today. And whoever is the president of that country over there is like an emperor. I know when Obama came to visit Stockholm a few years ago, they shut down the entire highway from the airport into town. Half the city was shut down, and the whole place was turned upside down just for him to go from the airport to wherever he was living. When the Chinese prime minister came visiting, nobody even noticed. So come on, people. And this lady, I say she has a chance. If social media are used very effectively. And I say why I think she has a chance. First of all, she's very charismatic. Second of all, I think many people are fed up with these superficial, lying politicians who just play a game or make some kind of show. I think she's pretty straightforward and seems honest and real in a way. Plus that she is strongly opposing the military inventions of the United States into different countries of the world, which I say is a big problem today. So we shouldn't just sit and think of our own little lives in our little temples, in our little, I mean, sorry, but Prabhupada wasn't like that. He was here to change the world, to solve the problems of humanity. He cared about these things. And now some fool, sorry, I rarely speak like this today, came with this nasty comment, she's a demon because she's pro-abortion. Which she isn't. She's pro-choice. And actually what she's saying herself, this is a quote, I would never have an abortion, nor would I encourage anyone to have an abortion. I believe in the eternality of the soul and that the Atma is present at conception. I also believe that every woman has to make that choice for herself, and the government should not make it for her. If the government in power today has the power to force a woman not to have an abortion, then the government of tomorrow could have the power to force women to have an abortion. Government should never have such power over individual or personal lives. Namaste, Tulsi Gabbard. I think this is very intelligent and sensible. As Krishna Dharma Prabhu points out, politics is a complex and dirty business. Personally, I am happy to see a Vaishnavi run for office, and so am I. Whether she is successful or not, she will garner significant appreciation for the qualities of Vaishnavas. Dhritarashtra says, Srila Prabhupada came to USA, freedom of religion helped a lot. If a devotee like Tulsi is respected and listened to by millions, she is doing a great service. She goes on all the news and talk shows and glorifies Bhakti Yoga and Srila Prabhupada. She's not shy about being a devotee. And you can see in pictures of her, she has the Bhagavad Gita and the Bhagavatam standing in the bookshelf behind her. And she's been a devotee all her life. Her parents are devotees. I found this discussion interesting here and appreciate most of it, except a certain individual or the opinions of that certain individual. I have no idea who that person is. And so I just wanted to say this again, that I have personally made a decision that anything that comes my way on Facebook or other places about Tulsi Gabbard positively, I will share. It's just a little finger clicking on a little share button. It doesn't cost anything. It takes a very lazy person not to do that. And you should understand how social media works. A like is not the same thing. You can click on like, it's just a little like there, but share means that all your friends and others who might be looking at your, whatever it's called, wall or whatever, Facebook, will see that post. And if 10 of those would also share, then it will grow more than exponentially. It will just be, and 10 of those and 10 of those, you can just do your math and see how quickly that message could just flood the internet. And that's what's happening all the time today. They call it the viral effect. I don't like the word viral, so I call it spreading like wildfire. Because in fact, remember, there are 500 million more, I don't know exact numbers, Vaishnavas on the planet today. And if all, or as even a fraction of those, would just lift their little finger and click on that share in support of this brave God sister Vaishnava, who has taken up the most difficult task there is. Can you imagine how stressful and hard it must be to run for office as a president of the United States? All the criticism, all the media campaigns, all the slandering, everything coming there. So I think sincerely that the Vaishnavas of the world should support her, not pick little points of criticism. It's ridiculous. It's just beyond that now. We can't go on like that. Just finding a little black spot on the white sheet. Don't we understand? Don't we remember Prabhupada's teachings about not criticizing a Vaishnava and about seeing the good qualities in each other? And here is somebody having a position or a possibility, whether you think it's big or small, doesn't matter, to do something which is wonderful. Really wonderful. I mean, even if whether she's successful or not successful in becoming actually president, she would bring Vaishnavism out into the world in a way that has never been done before. And she's already doing that. So I really wanted to make this, to speak out a bit strongly, that please give her your support. It's a tough task, and if she feels that the Vaishnavas are just helping from all kinds, praying to Krishna to act through her. If you think she's doing something wrong, pray to Krishna that he will take over her and act through her, empower her. Isn't that a nice prayer? Isn't that a nice attitude to have? So, and you know, we all have our faults, and we all sometimes, especially when they are big and important things that are really bigger than life, you could say, one has to sometimes make compromises. I remember, and we all of us disciples of Srila Harikesh Swami in those days, he told us one story when Prabhupada wanted him to go and spread Krishna consciousness in Soviet Union. And he said, you have to do it, it's very, very important. He was urging him like anything. And he said, you can eat meat if you have to. And these are, I think, almost exactly the words of Harikesh Swami. He said, but Prabhupada, what about my consciousness? And Prabhupada said, to hell with your consciousness, this has to be done. He used that word. I don't know if Prabhupada used that word, but I don't think he would have used it otherwise. But just to get the point across, some things have to be done. And today the world is, I think, in a more dire situation than many of us know. So, yeah, that's all I wanted to say here. And I would really, this is the whole point of this video, is that please, if you are a Vaishnava, please support. It's not a political thing here, support your local politician or something, or support this specific presidential candidate in some election campaign. I'm not into these things, but I'm saying support a fellow devotee, a fellow Vaishnava who is trying to do something good. And I give her that trust that she is trying to do something good. And of course, most of the hundreds of millions of Vaishnavas of the world today are Indians. So please, please, you Indians, you like America generally, here is your chance. Please, just a share, not just a like. Click on share. That's all we need to do. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. And thank you very much. Hare Krishna, all glories to Shri Guru Gauranga and Srila Prabhupada and all the Vaishnavas out there.
Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. Now please join me now as we chant the names of Krishna together.